Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Ace Attorney Investigations. I'm your host Kayla Hiwatari, and today we are going to do the second middle part to Case 5. Let's get into it. March 14th, 9:21 p.m. Open air stage. Wow, it's a long night for Edgy. I've left the Damas 2 investigation to Francisca and returned to Babal. Suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babal's statue. Mr. Edgeworth! It's okay, what's the situation? Oh, it's great! Investigating is so much fun! In other words, they've made absolutely no progress. We weren't goofing off, honest, sir. We've been investigating our hearts out. Very well then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation? We've had a really fun time, sir. I knew it. Zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir? You have permission to enter the Abastion Embassy, is that correct? Yep. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir. Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. Oh, we don't need that anymore. They belong to the lady under the Pink Princess's mask. The Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir? The kind that was also playing the role of the Pink Badger yesterday. Understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere. He didn't seem all that enthusiastic to go find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence that has lost their value given to Detective Gumshoe. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What? Are you really going to throw that autograph away? Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. Steel Samurai's autograph scrunched up into a ball and disposed of. Oh, Edgeworth. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unnecessary evidence has been removed, remaining evidence has been rearranged. Well, anything else to say, Detective? Mr. Edgeworth! You look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective. Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir. Oh, what did you find out? Oh, well... I take it he has found nothing of any particular use, as usual. Anything else to say, Detective? Oh, investigation update. Might as well. Oops. Sorry about that. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from Ambassador Polano. Oh, and what is this something interesting? This, sir. Wow, that's so pretty! I'm so jealous. That's a real treasure there. Why does the flame burn green, Detective? So apparently if you burn the special wood crystal oil that they only make in Babal, it burns this green color, sir. Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. I suppose that is a ploy to force people to visit Babal should the oil run out. Hey, Gummy, what about these silhouettes? They stuck some cutouts of the outside of the lantern so it'd project the images. Oh. So the whats, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much? Of course, sir. You got it, sir. Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff? Oh, well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner. I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. So that when it turned out, to jot it down. Alright, talk to the ambassador. Ah, so you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these, you can eat whatever you'd like. And these are? Discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern, however, these coupons do nothing for me right now. Tell me about the stage. The open-air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to the ball. I heard that tonight, over in the Bastion Rose Garden, Ambassador Elba was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too. Mr. Cochin told you that. Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire the Yatagarasu started. Exactly. Oh, he's letting us talk to him more. Okay. Permadex statue. Ambassador Plano, I'd like to ask you a little more about the Permadex statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabast and Babal used to be one country called Cadopia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the Permadex statue belonged to the founders of Cadopia. At least that is how the story goes. It was bequeathed unto the king of Cadopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty and the right to rule, I take it. Yes, that's right, which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabastin and Babal were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The Permadex statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy. I wonder if Ambassador Polano knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him that key and see what he has to say about it. But first, we will ask him about Manny some more. Ambassador Polano, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Yes? Oh, and don't worry, you can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? In exchange, I suspect you'll be coming to Babal, yes? So, thank you, but just one thing is all I require. Manny Cochin, I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary. Sure, I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. If there was ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that, had a hand in a smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose because he was an able man, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. It sounds like Mr. Cochin had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been really busy. Since I became the Babali's representative at the Country Unification Council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council? Oh, well, you see, how tonight's events proceeded without a hitch. Our two countries were to reunite and become one again. But I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. I suppose not. Well, let's show him the statue. Bloodstained weapon. Ambassador Poleno, if you could please take a look at this for me. The Primodex statue sitting in Alabast right now actually belongs to Babal. So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Karma about this earlier. Then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babal's Primodex statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession. Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. And it is definitely Alabast's statue. I know, because it's the real statue. Then you're saying the Babal's was a replica. I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babal. And I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of this evaluation tonight. To say that we could not determine which statue was the real one. Why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue was just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babal were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabast already? Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened. Oh, I see. So there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country? That's the gist of it. Babal is just as strict as Alabast in their inspection of the people and things that enter their country. Meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traveled both countries. You mean the fake Yatagarasu? In one way or another, Yatagarasu is connected. This I am sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarasu first spotted? I believe it was the Rose Garden on the Alabastian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Elba was to give a speech tonight. At least that's where I heard the Yatagarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste. Wait! Before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? My guess is that it's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now, over there. Do you think it'll be of any use? There's a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything it could get wet from around here. I was thinking they have concerts here at the open air stage from time to time, right? Alright, I'll find its owner later. It's a piece of evidence that will come into play later. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this? What is this? It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it'd be of some use in tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time. Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. Perfume jotted down. Alright. We will be moving on if I can figure out where to go. They're having a real time of it cleaning up after the fire. I suppose we should stay out here and investigate the stage some more then. Really? We can't leave? I thought I was supposed to leave. Okay. It would appear that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated. You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. Something like the greatest great thief show. I should think it would be a bad idea for a thief to show their face to the world. Oh, there we go. I just left the wrong direction. Alright, Kay, looks like you're gonna finally see Alabast, if they'll let us in. I think I'll be returning to the investigation in Alabast now, but... I know, I'll go back to Babal and do some more investigating there. Sorry, Kay, I guess you can't come in with me after all. March 14th, 9:58 p.m., Rose Garden. I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth. How are things in Babal? Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl. The investigation into Manny Cochin's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has. Oh yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will? Preposterous. Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu. That's correct. Ambassador Elba was to give a speech tonight here in Alabast. And that's when the Yatagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly it vanished. After that, there was the fire of the Babali's embassy that the Yatagarasu started. I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Begin investigation of the Rose Garden. Alright, let's check the fountain. Or the garden, whatever this is. There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. It's not just for aesthetics. This pool's water is also used in putting out fires. I see. Oh. The pool stopped filling itself automatically. The fountain spouts are said to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level. Which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it just in case. Fountains, data, jot it down. Oh dear. There he is again. Ugh, not you again. Ugh. How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there. Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment. I know that. Do you really think that I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun? Yes. Alright then, did you by chance fall into the pool? Nice guess, but nope, no dice. So, you know my son, right, Edgy? Your son? I guess I kind of lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him. You imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is this child of yours anyway? How old is he again? Larry, this is the first I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother? Mother? Oh, that chick, the Pink Princess. The Pink Princess? Miss Von Karma. I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he is looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant. Yep, because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through. Heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase, an astounding fool. Oh, Larry. Larry. We have not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now get out of there. Sounds good to me. In that case, I'll go search over there. Hey, wait. Larry. Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he is unrelated to the murder, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. Oh, Larry. A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water. It says that it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primidux. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart. I opened my mouth about a statue, and she somehow made the leap to that. Be another statue on this side. Yep, there it is. The statue bears a resemblance to the Primidux statue. The plaque says King Primidux and the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primidux put his life on the line and went to war. So Primidux was actually a person of royal blood. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. So what surprises me is that a real person who looked like the Steel Samurai existed. I suppose there's that too. What else could there be to investigate here? Is it possible that Yatagarasu hid in those bushes? Of course not, they're rose bushes. You've been spending so much time with Scruffy and that girl, they're rubbing off on you. But it's alright, I'll wake you out of your stupor. Hi-ya! Take that. And that. Now, the next time you feel like sleep-talking, remember that I'll whip you for real. All I tried to do was offer up a possibility, and this is what I get. What have I not looked at yet? Can't go that way. Can I go this way? Oh, hey, it's Lang. Let's talk to Lang. Have you finished checking out all of the bystanders? Yes, sir. And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and 1 person ran a light, sir. Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Sir, not a single thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct. Agent Lang. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor. I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba? We're to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. Heh, as if I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out, screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? Yeah. We'll help you, Lang. You were working as Ambassador Elba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared. Yeah, I saw the thief all right with my own 2 eyes. Well, its shadow anyway. The Yatagarasu is always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Elba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of "It's the Yatagarasu" rang out. The next second, the spotlights went out, and by the time we got the area lit again, the deaf thief had vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing is for certain. The Yatagarasu was here. So you're saying that basically all you saw was the thief's silhouette? Yeah. If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else. Yeah. Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape. Not among the staff or audience members. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right. Someone else's shadow. It sounds like a plausible hypothesis. Or something else's shadow. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. I believe I've figured it out. Its true origin. I expected no less from my subordinate. Now let's hear what you know on the subject. What really casts the shadow of the Yatagarasu? Oh dear, I suck at this part. Well, I know it's the statue, but I'm gonna have to, actually do the statue thing later. Come on. Really? Why are you being such a pain? Go there. Sure, might get a break. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. Is it not possible that it was created by the statue? Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu. You are correct. However, this statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? What is the other part of the real form of the Yatagarasu shadow? Well, It would happen to be the other statue. It's another statue! The Yatagarasu's shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues. Made? What do you mean by that? Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panicked state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared, you believe that the two shadows will create the Yatagarasu's shadow? Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primadux and the battlefield, the shadow of the king's statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set a light up on the queen who spoke of love to King Primadux, her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop to the stage. Aha, so if we were to combine the two shadows, it looks nothing like the Yatagarasu shadow. Miles Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque shape? But calm down, Francisca. The way the light needs to be shone on the queen's statue is wrong. What do you mean by that? I believe that the whole of the king's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow. Only one part. Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill in the rest of the Yatagarasu's shadow. Need the wing. Why didn't you say that in the first place? You're right, I apologize. Now, what part of the queen's statue was used to complete the Yatagarasu's shadow? Oh, I'm probably gonna fail at this. I'm not that good at this, but I think I know what it is. It should be her left hand. One that's up. It looks like a wing, looks like a feather. Really? I didn't fail at that? Oh my god, it's surprising that I didn't fail. First time I did this, that gave me such a hard time. Think back to what is missing in our shadow. 5 long fin areas, correct? Now what does that remind you of? Her hand. Ah! That's right, it can only be the shadow of the queen's left hand. Francisca, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the queen's left hand? Alright, let's give it a try and see what we get. Ta-da! And there's the trick. It's... Yeah, this is exactly like the shadow I saw. The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand, and then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu's shadow had vanished. Which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. So you see, the Yatagarasu never did visit Alabast tonight. The only country that Thief visited was Babal, although it can be assumed that the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabast. An accomplice? But who? Haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solving this case is the existence of this accomplice. This Investigation completed. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. How's the investigation going? It's bad. Okay, cool. I didn't know who that was. Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Yatagarasu? I have left the murder in Agent Lang's charge. My only target from the very beginning is the Yatagarasu, so yes. So what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it. We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So if you please. When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist. She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist? Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her. I think that's of the fire, the code and stuff. What in the world? The Yatagarasu is flying through the air. Times they are a-changing. It's not just man, but evidence. Even they lie to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from. I see. So this was taken after the fire. Yatagarasu photo data jotted down. The blur in this picture took off from the Babali's embassy. Flew over the boundary and headed for the embassy of Alabast. This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight. Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. 2, actually. In games 2 and game 3 is the one she's mentioning. The Turnabout Big Top and Bridge to Turnabout are where that happens. I'm sure the one Edgeworth's referring to. Maybe it happens more often than we think. Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, the Yatagarasu took off from the Babali's embassy, so I should start from there. Francisca, I need to return to the Babal investigation for a bit. All right. Get going and make sure you come back when you have more clues. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. Alright, I'm counting on you. Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on, let's get back to our investigation. Yes, let's. Come along now, Kay. We shall see what we can see on this side of the building. Should be able to go through here now. Yes, we can. March 14th, 10:37 p.m. Babali's Embassy, Secretariat's Office. And we're back in here. To think, after all that running around, we're right back where we started. It would appear that way, yes. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. The Ambassador. Have you found Manny's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Poleno, but I have yet to find his killer. And I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu. Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who is only out to steal the truth. Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright? Mr. Polano! Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh, sure, please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything. Thank you, Mr. Polano. You're a total gentleman. You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss. Hey, Sir Polano! Those two sure got chummy awfully quickly. You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin? We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted. Yeah! When I came into this room, that person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Koshin's killer. We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here. It signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved. I knew it! That woman is almost definitely Mr. Koshin's killer. Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved in this case. Speaking of the Yatagarasu and mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from Detective Bad. Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too? Yes, he has been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years. Uncle Bad. Now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire. What? This kind of looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Does this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all? I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. But this could be how that person escaped. Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. Begin investigation! Yeah! Bali's Embassy Secretariat's office. Apologize for the sirens in the background, though they're very fitting to this game. Anyway, we want to talk to the guy first. I'm not close enough to him, I guess. The charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan. Oh, I've seen a few of these before. It's been around and around and play music. I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies. Yes, that's it. But they're nothing alike. They're totally alike. They spin those babies right round like a record. I see. I guess I can see how you might think that. And to start this off by talking to Manny. Not Manny, Polano. Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask about your movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one tonight. Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about that. We had 2 fires here at the Babali's embassy tonight. What a bother all of that was. Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one after the Jammin' Ninja show. Ah, well, the first occurred at the start of the Jammin' Ninja show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theater-goers, we decided to keep it internal. Then the fire after the Jammin' Ninja show was the second one of the night. Exactly. So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. Photo updated. So then, what was the extent of the damage in the second fire? The second fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above it that caused it. That's, how should I put this? A very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye. Fires of a ball jotted down. I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Poleno. Oops, look at me going on and on. Now then, what was it you wanted to ask again? We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Cochin's actions and whereabouts were as well. Yes, very well. Let's see. I've been quite busy all day, from morning until noon now. First I woke up, and then I brushed my teeth. After that, I had a roll for breakfast. Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh, you'd like a condensed version. Alright, I can do that for you. Morning activities. So what did Mr. Cochin and you do this morning? Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the Jammin' Ninja. But Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op. So we were here tidying up his office. You helped clean Mr. Cochin's office. Why were you not cleaning your own? Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. Logic! Which is why both the Prima Deck statue and the Babali's knife set are down here. I see. Oh, but the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files we no longer needed and expired coupons in the fireplace. I bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain, though, huh? About that. I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm up a creek without Manny here to get angry at me. An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger. Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Why, even just this morning, he got mad at me. I spilled some of Bali's ink onto the back wall when I was burning the files, you see. And he got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect. Apparently orders go up the chain of command around here. Poleno's testimony jotted down. That's about it for what we did this morning. Just some cleaning. Don't tell me you had no other work to do, being an ambassador and all. Sure, you just let Manny do it for him. Afternoon activities. Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Cochin did this afternoon. Well, Manny and I went down together to the Theatre Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone. So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show. A little while later, after I had straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theater. Because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show. There was a commemorative photo up at the end. It was a fantastic photo of the three of us, Ambassador Elba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the Jammin Ninja. He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador. When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out, and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out. So you didn't see Mr. Cochin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show? Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in an eternal sleep. I see. Ambassador Plano, I thank you very much for your help. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there is anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright? Yes, I'll remember that. But now I need to check out your fireplace. Fireplace, huh? So Babala's offices have them too. Two? There's a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastion office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. I still can't believe that we found that lady's undershirt in the fireplace. If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? You could climb inside and we can play hide and seek. And come out covered in soot, I think not. You really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that letting me examine the fireplace? Oh, I know. Let's do logic. Yes, we've got 2 of them, connected fireplaces and renovations. Well, we'll see if it makes anything. Nope, that did not work. Okay, I'll just check the fireplace again. Okay, fine. We'll check his desk. It appears that the area was heavily damaged by the fire. Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything. Here we go. Let's see what we can find. There, we'll start there. So I guess embassy phones are just like normal phones, huh? Well, what did you imagine them to look like? I thought the balls would look like a flower and the receiver would be a butterfly. That way it'd look like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower base. If any country had a flower phone, it would be Alabast, don't you think? Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were Cadopia. There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed in the first place. You know what you lack, Mr. Edgeworth? Curiosity and imagination. Sure, okay. My controller. There's only one book left standing here. Treasures of the World. Wait, what? Let me see that. And this treasure and that treasure. Ooh, I want that one too. And, ooh, I'm gonna have them all. I see. Treasure! The most important part was blackened by the fire. Why, cruel fate, why? I wanted treasure. Looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burnt. Aw, but I wanted the treasure. It looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them. But Ball sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I could call it the Great Thief Coupon. And what kind of discount would that net you? The 5-finger kind. What else? and I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer. Things such as the truth. What else would I steal? What I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now. It'd be mighty handy there, Kay. Look to this side. It looks like a very comfortable chair. It doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it? No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times. Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes. That's because I'm a prosecutor and it's a part of my job to examine things. And my job is to be a great thief. Which is exactly why you are not allowed to touch anything. Because I'm worried about you stealing it. Let's try it here. It would appear that this desk also fell victim to the fire. But it doesn't look too damaged. Ooh! I think we can rifle through the drawer a bit. I suppose we really should take a look. Ooh, let's see what's in there. I want the orange paper. Yeah, that. This is a rather unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere. Or is it? Let's deduce that. Because we have a very suspicious orange paper. Wait, that's a guitar pick. Here. Shoot. Controller. Pick a bad time to misbehave. The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found. Hey, you're right! What is it? It looks like something straight out of Monument Valley. Oh yes, that notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see. Yes, I do. You do seem to be quite passionate about it. Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you. Are you sure they haven't been burnt to a crisp by the fires? Ambassador Poleno, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note. This looks like Manny's handwriting. I see. In that case. Ooh, did you figure something out? This note was found in Alabasta. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Damask II. Damask II? Then this note... Yes, it was a request from Mr. Cochin for Damask II to steal the Primidex statue. What? Manny tried to steal Alabasta's Primidex statue? We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cochin? Yes, I can gather a few and give them to you. I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis. I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this. Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue? There is one possibility. Mind you, it's just my personal speculation. Anything you can tell me would be of great help, Ambassador. Right, I gotta go around to him. Well, Mr. Poleno, what can you tell me? I believe that you said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Cochin hired Damask II. Actually, I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as a part of today's event. But because of the Yatagarasu and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it? I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled. For you see, the ball statue, well, it's just a replica. Did Mr. Cochin know that about Babal's permadeath statue? Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority. Yes, I understand. Well, when I told Manny my concerns, he said, "Let me handle it. It'll be all right. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Catopia." At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized he was serious. Mr. Cochin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all of this to ensure that you are the next Cadopian ambassador. But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be. I don't know the answer to why he was trying so hard yet. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind, beyond just simple kindness. Okay, well, that's all you're gonna tell me. Fireplace! Let me look at it. Really? You're not gonna let me look at it yet? Okay, well, I guess we still have stuff here to look at. Let's take the desk drawer out a bit more. It seems that the contents of this drawer survived the fire rather well. Now that's a sturdy desk. I guess that's the value of solid wood construction. Let's see if there's anything useful left in here, Mr. Edgeworth. I already found the notepad. Seems that... okay. There should be an ink bottle on here somewhere. Do I know where? No. Maybe this? Yeah, there we go. There's a bottle of Babali's ink on Mr. Cochin's desk. And it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside. The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink. Hey, Mr. Poleno, it looks like your precious Babali's ink is all right after all. What? That's odd. Ambassador, what do you mean by that? Well, it's just that there is something strange about the ink. Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? There we go. Tell me about the ink. I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Cochin's bottle of ink. I just thought of it right now, but during the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all. The fire was green. What was the cause? Well, wood crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by the lantern. Babali's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green. You know, I too had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught on fire, so that's why I was surprised to find out there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk. The case is a perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery. What exactly was it that caught on fire in here? There we go. I think we're just about done with the investigating. Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. Gumshoe. Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I requested? Yep, got it all right here, sir. Here you go, Kay. Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all. What is all this, Gummy? It's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. Now you know exactly how the room was before and after the fire. Good work, Detective. Oh, it was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk. Wow! You two remind me of so much of my father and Uncle Bad. What do you mean? As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Well, don't you worry. I'm going to find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm going to become a good Yatagarasu just like my father. Right? Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say that it is truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust. You bet! So, what now, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Yes? That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon. Oh, you mean Little Thief? You're coming to rely on it, aren't you? I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered and the ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire. You got it! Alright, here we go! Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing. One alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood! Go, Little Thief! Ta-da! It seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person Kay saw used as well. Ooh, what is this? Is it some sort of light show I was not told about? This is the power of a true vigilante. It's recreating the room with the info I inputted. Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday. Ahem. I believe it's about time we return to our investigation. Okay. Okay, Kay. Can we find... Well, might as well talk to Gumshoe. Detective, you took part in the initial Babal investigation, correct? Yep, sure did. I also put out both fires, sir. But that first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea, because it was in use. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd have been burnt to a crisp. Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator. Oh. Maybe someone wrote in a fit of panic. Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Babali's embassy at all? I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either, sir. I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective. There we go. During the fire. The second fire broke out around the time the Yatagarasu was spotted in Alabasta. That's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babal, which caused some panic. So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Babal. Yeah, all they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. But that's not enough to make a positive ID, you know? Still, it was enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more. A person in a long coat? Sounds like the exact same person I saw. The Yatagarasu that appeared in Alabas was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babal is also suspect. You can't be serious! Not when they're this close to capturing the fake, Callisto you. So Yatagarasu appeared, caused more confusion, killed Mr. Kochin, and then disappeared. Interesting. What you saw. By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu? I did, but well, this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members. I was lost for a while there. You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective? Yeah, I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. But you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue. Oh, is that a fact? Yeah, it was when I was lost and wandered around in the third floor hallways, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away. Oh, that's probably from when I found Mr. Kochin's body. Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could. And it was thanks to Gummy that Miss Sheena wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, I see. So he can be useful once in a blue moon, can he? Still, it's too bad that Agent Sheena got here before I did. I wonder where Agent Sheena was before you found her here. Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door. Ah, yes, another clue. Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarasu herself earlier. Well, she apparently helped in putting out the first fire. Then during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarasu. She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her. Why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir? Thank you for that detail, Detective. There we go. Logic! Connecting fireplaces. Sheena's location. What? That didn't work? Oh, running out of health, too. Alright, well, I'm gonna investigate the fireplace. Fireplace, huh? Those offices have one too. It's the same as before. Alright, let's check out the chair. It looks like a very comfortable chair. That's the same as before too. Okay. No new info yet. Oops. Touch the button again. Well, no new info there. Let's check out the flames over here. These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Poleno saw. With flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in. Okay, by the time you came into this room, had the fire already been put out? Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time. Then this fire is in here only burned from the time the fire started on the 3rd floor. Until Yatagarasu appeared and caused a stir in Babal, I suppose. I guess Mr. Polena was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh? Yes, you could put it that way. And since you were the first to discover the body, we can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course. I knew it! That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Cochin's killer. That is very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you. And must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here. Okay then, maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in. But then what did the person set on fire to make the green flames? Well, whatever it is, the person burned. It made a rather sizable fire. And since the fire is green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean. Yes, and I do believe that what you are thinking of is exactly why these flames are green. Which fire-related piece of evidence burns the same color as these green flames? Well, it's this thing. With crystal oil. The silhouette lantern, its green flame comes from the wick crystal oil it's burning. Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off. I think we've now established that the green flames were caused by wick crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made from wick crystal oil. Oh, you mean that thing Mr. Polena was mistaken about, right? Yes, precisely. As we found out earlier in our investigation. What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir? Fine, I suppose. I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is the same made from wick crystal oil that Ambassador Polena was mistaken about. Isn't it the ink? Rebellious ink is made from wick crystal oil. Oh, so it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right? Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Babali's ink. Because we found the ink Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right? Yes, however, we know that Mr. Cochin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames. Oh yeah! I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth. It would appear that I finally found it. The smuggling rings real gold. Made of Babali's ink, this is the source of the green flames. Where's those counterfeit bills? There they are. What would consume that great of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Zhangfa. You're kidding! You're saying that it was Mr. Cochin who made the counterfeit bills? I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babal's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Cochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Why, yes, and I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed. Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you will need to be investigated as well. Yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Cochin and concealed his crime. For they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. Counterfeit bill data updated. Oh wait, is there something to do with the clock, maybe? Well, we'll be right back. Yes, there we go. This grandfather clock, it was apparently in a different position before the fire. According to staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir. Which means that, most likely, it was moved by someone during the fire. Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now, but I don't hear any chiming. Oh, that's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot of every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something. Ambassador Poleno, may we take a look inside that clock? Sure, go right on ahead. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the inside of this clock. Yes, sir, I'm on it. Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir. It looks like a length of wire. So this is what caused the clock to stop chiming. But what was the long lengths of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? Data jotted down. Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock? It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Poleno that put the wire in there. Then perhaps it was Mr. Cochin's killer who did. We've examined every bit of this office, but there is one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Poleno about it. Ambassador Poleno, there's something I'd like to ask you about. Yes? About this office, it appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Elba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock. Oh, that's right. You've also paid a visit to the Alabastrian side of this embassy. The two embassies actually used to be one. Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that. Which is why the building is literally symmetrical. There, that's the piece of logic I needed. So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace and the like are exactly the same. Even where the art is located is the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office. You mean for your handshake photo op with the Jammin' Ninja, right? Yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right? Yet another odd expression of the ball's excessively competitive spirit was Alabast, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. Connect what dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. Now we should be able to do the logic. Okay. Connecting fireplace. Bilateral symmetry. Start there. Yeah! The Alabastrian and Babali sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passageway. A secret passageway? Ooh, I want to see. In Alabas, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall. A revolving wall? It sounds like something out of a ninja house. Whoa, there was a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir? What? This embassy holds that kind of secret? There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador. Guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room. What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this. Agreed. And my first thought is that it's likely the killer used the revolving fireplace. It looks just like another fireplace, though, doesn't it? So how do you turn it again? In Alabasta, I had to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace. Oh, I see. An X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it. Ah! You scared me, sir. There's something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts. Huh? But we found an X where you thought there'd be one, right? We did, but that's not what I was referring to. Something is missing from the scene. What does this contradiction mean for us? Okay. Deduce. Oh, we will in a second. If you push this X mark, the fireplace should turn. A revolving fireplace. Whoa, that's neat, sir. We should hurry up and... Wait, Detective. There's something we need to examine about this first. Besides, there's also something I'd like to test. Like what, sir? Tell you later, Detective. For now, let's continue with the investigation. I didn't actually mean to hit the X. All I see inside this fireplace is starter wood. Huh? That's odd. It doesn't match up with what Mr. Polano said earlier. What is the meaning of this contradiction? Guess we'll try it. Maybe? We got testimony from him, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Okay. Spilled ink onto back wall while burning. Left ashes. Ambassador Polano, you said that you burned some old files in this fireplace today, correct? Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually. And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct? That's right, but why are you asking, and why are you making such a scary face? I'm sorry. I admit I am a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you find odd about it. Let's see, huh? Where did all the ashes go? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't really think that Ambassador Polano is lying, do you? No, there is no reason for him to lie. And I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Okay, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me. You got it. I'll add in the ashes from the burnt files and... Sounds like we've pretty much figured everything out now, huh? Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where the leads led us. Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, right? Oh, you mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know? There's really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. Well, you two, since you want to see my logic so badly. Alrighty, let's see what we can piece together here. One fireplace used, and missing ashes. The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple. It's not because someone cleaned them up, right? No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Polino said that he spilled some of Bali's ink while he was burning the files. And yet there is not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere. Well then, I don't know what happened. Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room, which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used. Fireplace wall data jotted down. Then you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through there? Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Cochin's killer, and after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace. Wow, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route. I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down. So I wonder if I can do this now. Yeah! The killer used the fireplace in this room to escape into the next. Then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who was in the neighboring room. Well, the person that was in the next room was... Oh, it was that person, sir. Yes, Detective. Agent Sheena. Looks like we're finished here. Investigation complete. Yeah! It's looking more and more like Miss Sheena is the killer, isn't it? Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Cochin. I don't have any proof yet, however. I know she is hiding something from us. Okay then, why don't we go ask Miss Sheena herself? No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first, Detective Gumshoe. Sir! Is it my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on Damas 2's note. Okay, I'll get the lab boys on that right away. Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall. Right now, sir? No, next decade. Of course now. We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we? Go on, Gummy, you can do it! Alright, I'm gonna do this like a real man! Here I go! Through the fireplace and back! You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for such a simple task, Detective. Oh! Whoa! The wall inside the fireplace really did turn! That's so neat! Now I want to try going through there too! But there really is a secret passageway through there? I had no idea. It would appear that the ash really was pushed into the other room. Furthermore, the Bali's ink you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall. Okay, here I go, sir! Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer. Huh? But there's all that ash and stuff. And your point is? Now we're short on time, so if you could please hurry on through. Yes, sir. Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right? No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve, such as the Yatagarasu's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, the 2 weapons that made it across the border, the key Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu is related to these embassies. Mr. Edgeworth, a number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted. What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said that it's easy if you follow the leads. Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay? If it's into gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. Then all you have to do is show off your fancy, smancy logical deductions. Show off? Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that? Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused like a laser on only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us. Okay. That's the sort of thing I say to myself when I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know? That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect, for your sake. Yay! Looks like you're back to your straight-faced self again. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! I'm back, sir! Yes, I can see that. Good work, Detective. Looks like you can use that fireplace like a door, sir. Are you alright, Gummy? I'm okay. It's just a bit of ash and dust, that's all. Your jacket has gotten quite filthy. I see the hem has practically turned black. Yeah, well, quite a bit of the unburned ink got on it, sir. I see. Thank you, Detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat. What? Oh, no, sir. I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it were the coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it cleaned, but, you know. I see. Very well, then. As you wish. So, because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right? Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact. And that is... I'll have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir, I'll be back before you know it. The handwriting analysis on Mr. Cochin's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait in the Featurum Neutralis along with Agent Lang and Agent Sheena. To be continued. Yeah, we got through part 2. Well, part 2 of the middle part, because this is part 3 of this case. Anyway, I'm your host, Kaylee Hiwatari. Please like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think, and next time we'll continue the 5th and final case. I'll see you then.